Hello everybody, Chris Rice Killatia here at Pax East 2022, and we're here with Joanne. How are you doing today?
Good. I'm very good. This is the fourth day of Pax, so a bit tired, but very happy with the reception we got for our games. We're here with 3 titles in total at the Indie Games of Poland Foundation stand, and we've had loads of good conversations, a lot of good, feedback from people, so really happy with it.
Okay, and the 2 games we are talking about here is the best month ever and Moonshine here. So let's talk a little bit about Moonshine first.
So we both publisher and developers, Klabater, and Moonshine is our own game. So it's basically a tycoon game with chemistry and economics in it, and you play as a character who is indebted to the mobster in the area, and basically have to start your Moonshine business from the scratch. And you have the chemistry part to it and economics part to it. We have consultations from university professors on the subject, and you can learn a thing or two. So in the version we're demonstrating here, this is the version with 12 recipes to unlock. It's available on Steam and GOG right now. The full version will probably premiere in autumn or Q3 or 4 of this year. And in the full game, you'll have around 200 recipes to unlock. So from brandies, vodkas to other moonshine. And you basically control both the moonshining process and the economic part of it. So you set the prices, you have to think about demand and supply of moonshine in the market. And overall it's a quite complicated game, but once you get to it, I think it's great for people who like simulations, like Factorial kind of games. And very excited to showcase it here.
Yeah, I noticed besides the creature Moonshine that there are also NPCs throughout the world that will also give you side quests to do as well.
Yeah, so the version we have here, you have some basic quest lines here, where it will be more fleshed out. So the game will have a narrative arc to it. As I said, the character is one who has debts that he has to pay out as soon as possible. So you're trying to set your operation to be as profitable as possible in the quickest amount of time, but it's still unlawful. So you have to worry about the police. We have the police alert red system, so the operation cannot grow too strongly, too fast, because police will take notice of you and bust your business basically. So it's a lot of the balance, the pricing, the economy of it, also the quality of your moonshine, which you control because of the moonshining process. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously we have the demo out, the beta is coming out soon. When can we expect the gold release of Moonshine?
So we're aiming for autumn. Obviously, December, November is busy with AAA releases, so we're aiming for middle of September, beginning of October release for this, first on Steam and GOG, and then we'll see what console world brings to us, because we're showcasing a keyboard and mouse version of the game at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, and the other game that we'll be talking about now is the Best Month Ever here.
Yeah, so Best Month Ever is a game that we're the publisher of, because we're working with Warsaw Film School for it. So it's a game about choices and narrative. You're playing as a single mom in the 1960s, and your choices affect who your son grows up to be. So it's a mature story. We've got the A rating of 18+ for it. We're showcasing the full version of the game on the trade show, and the premiere is on the 5th of May before Mother's Day. So we're aiming for the release on the 5th of May with all consoles, so Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch and PC. We'll see how PlayStation goes as well, and it's a game about choices, so there are 9 different endings, and very excited to showcase it as well, because the topic is quite close to my heart. There are not that many women-centric games and games about motherhood, so very excited to receive the feedback, which has been very positive on the game on the whole, and excited to be here with it.
Yeah, so I don't want to get too much into spoiling territory, because obviously we want people to be able to enjoy the story very well. But I did notice in the demo that the son that the mother is taking care of is of a different ethnicity than she is.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why the game was made was because the filmmakers wanted to make an epic story. So a lot of things that Louise, your main character, and Mitch, her son, put up against very complicated, mature, themes. They wanted, to produce a story that would move people. So in films and books, you do have, the topic of race discussed. In games, not so often. So one of the things, in the epoch is that this is the time of 60s and 70s when the civil rights movement is in full speed. And for us, it's also important to further the discussion on it. So it is a reality of many families in the US. I believe that they there are different ethnicities involved, and we would like to showcase games whose main strength is the storyline. So because Mitch is black, Luis is white, it enables us to cope with topics that not many games have tackled yet. And I've been very curious about the feedback as well in the US, and so far it's been very positive. There are a lot of more mature things in the game as well, that's why the 18+ rating, but we believe the stories have to be told, and it'd be great to further the medium in how it tackles different topics, not just books and films, because a lot of games you can see even at PAX, they tackle very important stories, like for example The Wreck, which you could go to with PAX Racing, and we actually spoke to the dev team and we are impressed with them. It's a story about a woman tackling her motherhood relationship with her mother, basically because of an accident. So more stories like this should be produced in our view, and this is a best showcase of this, really. Yeah.
All right, well, I think that covers everything. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for your time as well. Yeah, it was lovely to talk to you.
No problem. I'm looking forward to more of these 2 games coming out soon.
Sure.
And keep it here for more PAX East coverage.
Yeah.